time for the latest movements in the transfer window with our chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Morning, Crookie.
Morning, Alex.
Good morning. Apologies in advance. It was soccer age yesterday and talkSPORT crashed the after party. I've had about 4 hours sleep, so I'll just get that out there.
Yeah, well, that's longer than any of us, I think.
I was about to say how good you looked.
Yeah, brilliant.
I thought you looked a bit rough, to be honest, but maybe it's the screen. You need to put the screen higher up.
Cheers, Dino. Nice shirt this morning.
Thanks. Look, I don't know how many times we've asked this, but what is happening with Florian Wirtz? When is it going to be confirmed?
Oh, well, that's a big question, but it will be confirmed that the British record fee was agreed on Friday. It's around about £116 million. He's on holiday, so basically that's the hold-up. He's going to have a medical, personal terms already agreed. I think this is an exciting addition for Liverpool. It's an exciting addition for the Premier League, but I think it's quite ominous as well. I know Manchester City have done plenty of business already in this window, 4 signings through the door, but Liverpool have got Frimpong, they're going to get Wirtz, they're going to get Milos Kerkez as well, and I don't think they're done there. I think what we're seeing is the champions really underlining their success from last season by adding to the squad. I'd make them clear favourites to retain the title.
We're talking Liverpool players. What about the rumours of Andy Robertson to Atletico?
Yeah, this is an interesting one because I mentioned that Kerkez is going to come in from Bournemouth. Obviously, that will limit Robertson's game time. I think Liverpool are aware of that, and I think they would be open to offers. Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone would love to take him to Spain. We were told over the weekend at talkSPORT by sources close to Robertson he would be open to that move, and I think it would be a good move for him. Slightly slower tempo in La Liga. I can see him really prospering under Diego Simeone. But when you look at pound-for-pound signings in the Premier League era, £8 million Liverpool paid whole for Andy Robertson. He's paid that back in tenfold, hasn't he?
Alex, I was going to say, do you think that Tsimikas is obviously not as good as him? And Kerkez, is he as good as Andy Robertson? He's only 31. Why are they letting him go?
Well, I think they're paying for potential when it comes to Kerkez. He's had a brilliant season in the Premier League. I think if you go through most people's teams of the season, he would be up there, maybe along with Anthony Robinson of Fulham in that left-back position. And maybe Liverpool just feel that Robertson's best days are behind him. As you mentioned, only 31, but probably his best days are in the rearview mirror as opposed to in front of him. So what we're going to see from Liverpool now, I think, because they have gone big already this window, that they're going to have to get some money back in the building. We know that the Fenway Sports Group are quite frugal. I think Darwin Núñez will be allowed to leave. There's interest in him from Saudi Arabia. And I'm paying close attention to what happens with Harvey Elliott as well. He's away with the under-21s at the moment. There's a lot of clubs in the Premier League and in Europe who will be willing to sign him. And with Wirtz through the door, you've got McAllister in that midfield, you've got Szoboszlai, you've got Gravenberg, who was exceptional last season. I think Harvey Elliott probably is going to struggle for minutes as well.
Quickly, back page of the Sun this morning. Napoli have £45 million to spend, they say, on Jack Grealish or Alejandro Garnacho, but they won't take both. Who do you think is most likely to go to Napoli?
Well, United want 50 to 60 million pounds for Garnacho, so 45 million won't quite cut the mustard, but not far away. I think when it comes to Jack Grealish, the issue that any club trying to sign him have got is that he's on £300,000 a week. Obviously, Serie A don't pay those type of wages. They don't pay anywhere near as much as the big clubs in England do. But I think Jack Grealish quite fancies that move. I mentioned that to you a couple of times, Jeff, that yes, there's Premier League interest with the likes of Everton paying close attention to Jack Grealish's situation. But I think he would be up for a move to Italy, seeing what Scott McTominay has done there in particular, and Billy Gilmour to a lesser extent. They offer Champions League football. And I think Jack Grealish is just in need of a complete change of scenery now. He had a really disappointing season at Manchester City. I know personally he was very frustrated not to get off the bench in the FA Cup final. So which one is more likely? Probably Grealish, because I think Garnacho's preference is to stay in the Premier League, and we know there's interest from Chelsea as well.
Crookie, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, Alex.
Jack Grealish to Napoli, is that something you guys would like to see?
Well, there's some players who are really good at finding space. Maddison's excellent at it. So if you block Maddison off in the number 10 spot, if you play 2 players in front of the back 4 and kill his space, Maddison will go out to the left or the right. He'll influence the game from somewhere. He'll get on the ball. He'll find a way of doing it. I think Jack Grealish is like that. But playing for Man City, he's been told to stay on the left, keep the fullback away from Haaland, and Haaland will get down the sides of the inside the fullback and the centre backs. So he needs to play for a team where the manager just says, "Go on, Jack, go and get on the ball for us. Find the space."
Do you feel at all, Lee, that he's had that sort of flair coached out of him?
I'd just like to see Jack Grealish go and play somewhere where he plays all the time, because he just looks like he's got like a 14 or 15-year-old kid's energy. And I don't think he's a lad that you can stick on the bench. I think he just wants to play football. I think he loves it.
Yeah, and he hasn't got lightning pace like Doku, so he can, if you get it out to him, he can go past the fullback. So it looks like he keeps turning back and passing it, and he's been told to stay out wide.
Well,
so
it got frustrating with him, didn't it? Because you watch him and he'd do all these things, but he'd never go past somebody.
Yeah.
No, I think he needs to go somewhere where the manager just lets him roam, and like he did at Villa.
Be interesting to see. I think he'd be a good acquisition for a lot of teams.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.